You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my mom was one of them. People in the hood, men and women in the hood. Sometimes you get into a scrap, you got scrapped up, you got dusted up. You come back, you're looking for some sort of sympathy. You're looking for somebody to go and scrap for you. You're looking for your mom or some elder to go and straighten so and so out, and they'd be like, go on back over there, handle your business again. You got to walk by there again tomorrow. I don't want to go to that school no more. I'm not going over that way no more. Yeah, you are. And you're going to walk right back down that street again. When you see it, just get ready. You persist, and eventually you will overcome. That's what we used to come from. We didn't forgot that? You persist against that wickedness. Persist against it. 3 times a charm. As many times as it takes your righteousness, persist against it. Keep showing up. Then they got us into the new thing. The Father's going to do a miracle, he's going to do a miracle, and it's going to be over just like that. No. Persist, man. Keep showing up. You may get your butt kicked on Saturday. You might get sent home bloody on Sunday. Guess what? They might pierce you and run you through and hang you up on Friday. That's what we about. Do we gotta go up again seeing this our brother? Yep. Your brother is Cain. He's like that. And he's not going to stop murdering people, man. We're going to have to stop him. Go on back up. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Walk back to school using that same route. But so-and-so going to be there. That's all good. Persist. Go ahead. Walk on back across that bridge. But they're going to be there with horses and cops and stuff with billy clubs. Go ahead. They're going to be there with water hoses and German shepherds. Go back and persist.
When little man gets out of hand, there's times atonement is planned. But we neglect and circumvent the word forfeit the benefits. Sin comes for our heads and we're distressed when we have to address the sins of the present. When little man gets out of hand, repent of your sins, let A.A.N.
Judges 20. Then all the people of Israel came out, from Dan to Beersheba, including the land of Gilead, and the congregation assembled as one man to the Lord at Mizpah. And the chiefs of all the people of all the tribes of Israel presented themselves in the assembly of the Lord, in the assembly of the people of God, 400,000 men on foot that drew the sword. Now the Benjaminites heard that the people of Israel had gone up to Mizpah, and the people of Israel said, "Tell us, how was this wickedness brought to pass?" And the Levite, the husband of the woman who was murdered, answered and said, "I came to Gibeah that belongs to Benjamin, I and my concubine, to spend the night. And the men of Gibeah rose against me, and beset the house round about me by night. They meant to kill me, and they ravished my concubine, and she is dead. And I took my concubine and cut her in pieces, and sent her throughout all the country of the inheritance of Israel. For they have committed an abomination and wantonness in Israel. Behold, you people of Israel, of all of you, give your advice and counsel here." And all the people arose as one man, saying, We will not any of us go to his tent, and none of us will return to his house. But now this is what we will do to Gibeah. We will go up against it by lot, and we will take 10 men of 100 throughout all the tribes of Israel, and 100 of 1,000, and 1,000 of 10,000, to bring provisions for the people, that when they come they may requite Gibeah of Benjamin for all the wanton crime which they have committed in Israel. So all the men of Israel gathered against the city, united as one man. And the tribes of Israel sent men through all the tribe of Benjamin, saying, What wickedness is this that has taken place among you? Now therefore give up the men, the base fellows in Gibeah, that we may put them to death, and put them away, and put away evil from Israel. But the Benjaminites would not listen to the voice of their brethren, the people of Israel. And the Benjaminites came together out of the cities to Gibeah to go out to battle against the people of Israel. And the Benjaminites mustered out of their cities on that day 26,000 men that drew the sword, besides the inhabitants of Gibeah, who mustered 700 picked men. Among all these were 700 picked men who were left-handed. Every one could sling a stone at a hare and not miss. And the men of Israel, apart from Benjamin, mustered 400,000 men that drew sword. All these were men of war. The people of Israel rose and went up to Bethel and inquired of God, Which of us shall go up first to battle against the Benjaminites? And the Lord said, Judah shall go up first. Then the people of Israel rose in the morning and encamped against Gibeah. And the men of Israel went out to battle against Benjamin. And the men of Israel drew up the battle line against them at Gibeah. The Benjaminites came out of Gibeah and fell to the ground on that day 22,000 men of the Israelites. But the people, the men of Israel, took courage and again formed the battle line in the same place where they had formed it on the first day. And the people of Israel went up and wept before the Lord until the evening. And they inquired of the Lord, What shall we again draw near to battle against our brethren, the Benjaminites? And the Lord said, Go up against. Shall we again draw near to battle against our brethren, the Benjaminites? And the Lord said, Go up against them. So the people of Israel came near against the Benjaminites the second day. And Benjamin went against them out of Gibeah the second day, and fell to the ground 18,000 men of the people of Israel. All these were men who drew the sword. Then all the people of Israel, the whole army, went up and came to Bethel and wept. They sat there before the Lord and fasted that day until the evening, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings before the Lord. And the people of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days, and Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, son of Aaron, ministered before in those days, saying, Shall we yet again go out to battle against our brethren the Benjaminites, or shall we cease? And the Lord said, Go up, for tomorrow I will give them into your hand. So Israel set men in ambush around Gibeah, and the people of Israel went up against the Benjaminites on the third day, and set themselves in array against Gibeah, as at the other times. And the Benjaminites went out against the people, and were drawn away from the city, and as at other times they began to smite and kill some of the people in the highways, one of which goes up to Bethel, and the other to Gibeah. And in the open country about 30 men of Israel. And the Benjaminites said, They are routed before us, as at the first. But the men of Israel said, Let us flee. But the men of Israel said, Let us flee, and draw them away from the city to the highways. And all the men of Israel rose up out of their place, and set themselves in array at Baal-Tamar. And the men of Israel who were in ambush rushed out of their place west of Gibeah. And there came against Gibeah 10,000 picked men out of all Israel. And the battle was hard, but the Benjaminites did not know that disaster was close upon them. And the Lord defeated Benjamin before Israel, and the men of Israel destroyed 25,100 men of Benjamin that day. All these were men who drew the sword. So the Benjaminites saw that they were defeated. The men of Israel gave ground to Benjamin because they trusted to the men in ambush whom they had set against Gibeah. And the men in ambush made haste and rushed upon Gibeah. And the men in ambush moved out and smote. The men in ambush moved out and smote all the city with the edge of the sword. Now the appointed signal between the men of Israel and the men in ambush was that when they made a great cloud of smoke rise up out of the city, the men of Israel should turn in battle. Now Benjamin had begun to smite and kill about 30 men of Israel. They said, "Surely they are smitten down before us, as in the first battle." But when the signal began to rise out of the city in a column of smoke, the Benjaminites looked behind them, and behold, the whole city went up in smoke to heaven. Then the men of Israel turned, and the men of Benjamin were dismayed, for they saw that disaster was close upon them. Therefore they turned their backs before the men of Israel in the direction of the wilderness. But the battle overtook them, and those who came out of the cities destroyed them in the midst of them, cutting down the Benjaminites. They pursued them and trod them down from Noah as far as opposite Gibeah on the east. 18,000 men of Benjamin fell, all of them men of valor. And they turned and fled toward the wilderness to the rock of Rimmon. 5,000 men of them were cut down in the highways, and they pursued hard to Gidom, and 2,000 men of them were slain. So all who fell that day of Benjamin were 25,000 men that drew the sword, all of them men of valor. But 600 men turned and fled toward the wilderness to the rock of Rimmon, and abode at the rock of Rimmon 4 months. And the men of Israel turned back against the Benjaminites, and smote them with the edge of the sword, men and beasts, and all that they found. And all the towns which they found they set on fire. This is World War. This is God Father, yeah. Amen.
Judges 20. One more and we're done. Not bad. To the end of it. Period of the Judges. You got it? You got it.
One man, one nation.
One man, one nation. It's not bad. Somebody might be able to get this one. Oh, man. Oh, Kezia? You got it.
First one is judgment comes. Second one is how you gonna win.
I thought somebody might get this one, though. Scoop? He'll come through if you trust him. Okay. That's not bad. Anybody else? I thought y'all might get this one. No, actually. Close? Scoop is close. Anybody? No? Okay. Who'll get in and get out with this one? Judges 20. 3 times the charm. Three times the charm. Or really, as many as it takes in righteousness. Kind of what Scoop was talking about. I know what Scoop was talking about. Hey, you say Scoop, he'll be there for you? Trust him. Father, yeah, in the situation right now, we know how the situation got cooked up. Long time coming, I preached that last time. Pretty tough stuff going on into Israel right now, you know. But Israel's bound to see some better days. So long as some men amongst them have some sense of righteousness and righteous indignation. Sometimes tragedy has to strike. Sometimes judgment has to hit in places for people to really be like, you know what, something's got to change. And that's what's going on here. We discussed it a bit last time. Here's a man, this was a Levite. We discussed his actual life, how far back it goes. And he himself had some nice amount of development to have to do. Talked about how, you know, he wasn't as courageous as what he could have been. He wasn't as filled with righteous indignation as he could have been. Wasn't as filled with the word and conviction as he could have been. Because we talked about all the different times where he was confronted with righteousness or had a duty. That's really what it's called. He had a duty as a Levite to be able to talk to people about righteousness. And he wasn't going to do that. Instead, he was accepting these positions and just kind of go along to get along. Fast forward, all those times later, basically those same situations come back to bite him. You guys have to understand something. Those guys that he went with, those Danites, those roving band of dudes, 600 of them, you can't really say that that's a different type of dude than the Balliites that attacked him. They probably all from the same group of dudes. Bunch of wild dudes running around now because they like, don't nobody even do nothing to stop us. You understand? They're still all in that same area. So them might be the sons of those dudes. He's getting older now, he's married and stuff. Might be their sons and stuff, nephews and stuff come up. Them same dudes that crushed that whole tribe out to take over, there might be like some relation to them. Or really, to be honest with you, hey, guess what? They might have heard about it. Think about it, you see. What I'm saying is, for the culture, people heard about what them Danites did, how they just ran up on Micaiah and took his gods and his priests and ran up on that village. You're like, hey, that's just the way we're doing it now. Now you got dudes forming little cliques. These ones affiliated with Baal formed a little clique. Like, hey, we get to do whatever we want to do now. The Danites did it. They even had them a Levite with them, and he rode with them and blessed them. You see? The same dudes, man, with the same mentality that he could have confronted years ago and told him this is not the way to go about doing this. It's the same dudes that he's being confronted by that have now progressed to the abomination that makes desolate. That said, we're looking for a righteous priest, not to make him a priest over us no more, but to do what to him? To rape him, to force him, to know him. That's all coming back. That's chickens coming home to roost. You understand? By the same token, his bride, I guess she called herself being wild out there. She went out there and got wild. He went and tried to find her. They wasn't even coming home yet, and they ran up on her. She lost her life. He chopped her in pieces and sent her around Israel. We're left with the situation right now that men have now looked at it and said, oh, it's gotten this bad. The wife of a Levite. The wife of a Levite decides to leave the priestly family, goes out running around doing who knows what for 4 months. They go back and get her at her daddy's house. On the way home, a bunch of bandits, Baalites, Israelites. These are Israelite men. Baalites, worship Baal. Found him and said, we're going to do the abomination that makes desolate. They end up raping his wife all night till she died. Oof. That's tough stuff to hear about, ain't it? You hear about that as a man, you really got no choice. Let's all get together and squash some of this out, because we know if we don't, we're going to be next. Can't conclude nothing else but that. Let's get together, you guys, in righteousness. We got to squash some of this out, because if we don't do it, we're next. What happened to one of us? What happened to some of our families and stuff like that? So we got to get together and handle our business. So they said, we're going to get together and stand as one. They went back up. In case you guys weren't following, it wasn't that difficult to read. They went back up, and they thinking we just going to be able to get in, get out. OG's classic. You see what I'm saying? This shouldn't be hard. Everybody know what happened. This is some wild stuff. Let's just do this and move on. They go up to the Benjaminites, like, go ahead and just give us these wild boys. Let's take care of them. The Benjamin was like, y'all better keep it moving. They was like, wow. Like, no, we understand y'all got bandits amongst y'all. We'll help y'all get rid of the bandits. We understand that y'all got rogues amongst y'all. We'll help y'all to get rid of them. No, man, you're not wanted around here. That's how bad it's gotten in Israel. And people look around at bandits amongst them, coming from who knows where, doing the most. And then you got some people to say, we'll help y'all to get rid of them, get them out of there. And people will be like, nah, mind your business, we want them here. Consider it. Listen, by the time when men get involved, though, order has to be had. So you guys think that you could just say, nah, we're going to be straight, and then we're going to be like, yeah, let's go mind our business? No. We righteous men, we're involved. Nah, we ain't doing that. So get ready, we'll be back. They go and consult with the father. The father says, yeah, it's time. It took y'all long enough. So it's going to be a process, but yeah, it's time. Send Judah up first. Is who? Who is Judah in relationship to Benjamin? They all brothers, but who is it? Thank you. What am I trying to show you? What am I trying to tell you guys? Yeah. Accountability. Accountability. Y'all don't let the little brother get out of control. Yes or no? That's Benjamin, ain't it? Y'all don't let little bro get out of control. What was that? That's Benjamin. He gets to do whatever he wants to. Okay. Tell you what. Send Judah up first. Because guess what? He's the oldest. He's supposed to been had told Benjamin, bro. I don't like what y'all got going on over there. He's the oldest. He's supposed to been holding people accountable. I don't like that. I don't like that. That's not the way we used to do things. That's not the way we normally do things. Nope, that's not the way Dad told us how to do that. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. That's what he should have been doing all along. But he letting people do whatever they want to do. Do as thou wilt. And guess what the father said? Send him up first. Now he gonna have to deal with his big bad little brother. We're gonna see what happened. And they went up there in the faith. What Benjamin do? Hey, Benjamin sent them home. 26,000 less men. Judah went up there. Benjamin sent them back home. Minus 26,000, dog. You guys, you see some wickedness. You see some unrighteousness. I'm going to tell you something. This is for you. This is for me. This is for everybody in the hearing. Amongst you, your siblings, amongst your family, amongst your communities, you see some unrighteousness, you better nip it in the bud. Hear what I said? You see some unrighteousness, do yourself a favor. You catch a little glimpse of something, do yourself a favor. Better nip it in the bud, because if they get going, it's going to be a whole nother problem. Remember I told you about that? About that confidence, you get to be in one. Benjamin, they should have been able to handle Benjamin, but Benjamin been doing his thing for a minute now. He got his confidence. He got himself going. They should have been able to correct Benjamin. Now you going up on Benjamin, he like, I'm like that now. He sent them home minus 26,000, dog. They don't got no answer for him. And I believe that the Father wanted to show him that. Stop messing around with some of these clowns, man, when you see them. Don't let them exist. Get right after them right away. Don't make no friends with them. Don't make no alliances with them. Don't let them keep moving on around you. Get right in and get after them and nip that in the bud, because if you let them exist, they're going to get a head of steam. They're going to get their confidence about them. They're going to get some time on task, and they're going to be a whole problem to remove. Y'all understand? Hey, listen, I know about it, though. I know about it because I've been doing this for a while with men. You cannot let people get their feet set with 10 toes down. You can't let them do it. You'll be in one. Judah, man, you know, with Judah is like, hey, outside of Gilead and them up top, Ephraim and them up top, you know what I'm talking about? Them boys that stayed over on the east side. Judah, hey, they're the real deal. Listen, this is why later on you're going to find that Judah and Benjamin get together. They defeat all the rest of the 10 tribes. Easy. And you can see why now, because Benjamin can handle his own. Benjamin defeated Judah, sent them home minus 26,000. Benjamin is the smallest tribe. And the smallest. They not for play. The other ones, the half tribes, be up there on the other side of the Jordan. They're half tribes. They're the smallest. They get it in. You see what I'm talking about? Judah got sent home minus 26,000. They go to the Lord. It's different types of prayer each day. It's the crazy part. Did y'all notice that? Each time they go back to the Father, they came there with the resolve to go ahead and give Benjamin a spanking. It didn't happen like that. So then the next day prayers was, well, do you think we should still go up? First day was, let me tell you, if you listen to it good, the first day, what they say? Who do you want to go up first? That's that first prayer. You see that? They like, we're going to smack Benjamin. Who's going to get the credit? Judah went up there, got smacked back. They came back, and their second prayer is, well, do you still want us to go up? They're like, ooh, hey. Benjamin, a problem. Do you still want us to go up? Father said, yep. They prayer changed. They prayer changed from who you want to go up first to do you still want us to go up? You know what I'm saying? Look, he said, yep, get your butt up there. They sent him up there. He sent them back home minus 28,000, dog. They lost like 30, 60,000 men by now. 2 days. 60,000, dog. Third day. Did you hear they pray the third time? Y'all want to know what the prayer was? Y'all remember what they prayed the third time? Do you want us to go up there seeing that that's our brother? I want no parts of that Benjamin. They don't want no parts of that Benjamin, man. Are you sure you want us to go up seeing that that's our brother, dog? Did you see the difference in the prayer? First day, who you want to go up first? Second day, you still want us to go up. Third day, do we need to go up considering it's our brother? What Pop said. Get up there. Get up there. So you can all learn. Don't let no wickedness, no bad stuff crop up in the family and you let it ride. Because it's going to be hard to get it out. You understand? Also, so you learn perseverance. Also, so you learn, look, we have to be persistent against evil. It doesn't just give way. Did y'all hear what I said? Get that out of your mind. This thing is described as a war. There's a myth, man, mythological foolishness that comes from the other religion that keeps trying to tell us that the Father is going to snap his fingers and that's going to be it. That's not what he said. There's a war. And we have to persist, man, in righteousness. It's not, hey, we're going to sit around and then he's going to come on a horse and it's all going to be good. It's a war. Y'all don't remember when Michael came because Daniel was fasting? Daniel fasted for 21 days, dog. He was supposed to have only fasted for 7. Did y'all know that? Daniel was supposed to have fasted for 7 days. He fasted for 7, didn't hear nothing. That's what happened. He supposed to have fasted for 7 days. Fasted for 7, nothing. Fasted another 7, nothing. Fasted another 7. 3 times the charm. And then Michael or Gabriel, one of them two, was somewhere getting in. One of them left off, say, look, he done now fasted 3 times. We gotta go. I'm gonna just go holler at him and come right back. Ran over there. Look, we see you over here fasting and praying. You know what this is. We in one. We in one, dog. It's principalities over this way. They going crazy, dog. You're gonna be straight. Believe us, but we got work to do. All right? We hear you. And then he said, I got to go back to Michael and Gabriel and slaughter some of these principalities. What that sound like to you? Huh? Aladdin? I dream a genie? Blink, blink, it's over. It's a war going on. What's that mean? Hey, you have to persist, man. Our Father has the power of life, man. Time is on our side. You don't have to die. You can live life everlasting. Nevertheless, what does that mean? Hey, we are in a war, man. We have to persist in our righteousness. You go up, you got defeated. Guess what? Go dust yourself off, man, and get ready to go up again. I want people to get that out of their mind now, man, because that's a wickedness that's been spreading. That, oh, our Father isn't there, or he's not capable of this and this and that because you don't want to scrap. You know what I'm talking about? We need to get some of that old school back. Back when I was growing up in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes my mom was one of them. People in the hood, men and women in the hood, sometimes you get into a scrap, you got scrapped up, you got dusted up. You come back, you're looking for some sort of sympathy. You're looking for somebody to go and scrap for you. You're looking for your mom or, some elder to go and straighten so-and-so out. And they'd be like, go on back over there. Handle your business again. You got to walk by there again tomorrow. I don't want to go to that school no more. I'm not going over that way no more. Yeah, you are. And you're going to walk right back down that street again. When you see him, just get ready. You persist, and eventually you will overcome. That's what we used to come from. We didn't forgot that? You persist against that wickedness. Persist against it. 3 times a charm. As many times as it takes your righteousness, persist against it. Keep showing up. Then they got us into the new thing. The Father's going to do a miracle, he's going to do a miracle, and it's going to be over just like that. No, persist, man. Keep showing up. You may get your butt kicked on Saturday. You might get sent home bloody on Sunday. Guess what? They might pierce you and run you through and hang you up on Friday. That's what we about. Do we got to go up again seeing this our brother? Yep. Your brother is Cain. He's like that. And he's not going to stop murdering people, man. We're going to have to stop him. Go on back up. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and walk back to school using that same route. But so-and-so going to be there. That's all good. Persist. Go ahead. Walk on back across that bridge. But they're going to be there with horses and cops and stuff with billy clubs. Go ahead. They're going to be there with water hoses and German shepherds. Go back and persist. Go back there and you persist in righteousness. I don't even know where we get this new idea from. That stuff is just going to give way. That's not what our Father ever said. He said, you lost 26,000, go back the next day. You lost 28,000, go back the next day. They went back, didn't they? They went back. They humbled themselves and went back. Strategized a little bit. Little strategery. What they do? Come on, somebody call it out. Hey, that's a whole move, ain't it? We starting to get used to that one, ain't we? Y'all saw that? Ellie said they did the coup d'etat. It's something about that move, isn't it? It's something about that move. Because when they get to feeling themselves, and they get aggressive, Stay humble and stay low. You can throw them with their own force. You see what I said? Stay humble and stay low, because when they start to get aggressive, get to feeling themselves and really getting crazy, guess what? You can throw them with their own weight. They came out getting wild again. We smacking them again. Yep. Young, aggressive Benjamin. They slaughtered them all. Here's the difference. He beat Judah and them. Then he beat the next load of them. On the third day, he didn't beat none of them. But here's the difference. Guess what, bro? Guess what? We sustained some losses on that first day and that second day, didn't we? But guess what? You got completely wiped out on the third day. You done. No, they said that they lost all of their warriors. There wasn't none left. Then they burnt through all of their towns. There wasn't none left. You see what I'm saying? So he was geeked like, oh yeah, I sent y'all back minus 26,000. I sent y'all back minus 28,000. But when we got a hold of you, bro, because you got to feeling yourself, you don't have nothing left. You don't have nobody. All them little left hand guys, gone. All those little sword guys, gone. Y'all don't got nothing left. All of y'all little villages and huts, gone. All the little places where y'all worship Baal, gone. We done burnt it all down to smithereens. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? I like I like that way. I like that way. You know why? I think it's necessary because I think it's good for righteous people to have a sense of glory that comes from persisting in righteousness. I think it's good for people to taste victory sometimes, to work hard. I think it's good for people, for our Father to give us this experience, to be able to work hard and then taste defeat. And to know what that feels like and know that it's right up on you. And then you can snatch victory from the jaws of death, man. To have that feeling is a wonderful feeling to be able to experience. You understand? To have that feeling to say, you know what? It didn't come easy, but I persisted in righteousness and it gave way. Here. In total days. Hannah, wake up. Take the bread. Eat it. Yeah, take a nap. Turn in the bed. It's a wonderful feeling to stop thinking that the Father about to do all this and do all that. When you can persist in righteousness and feel that little strain of taking that little L 1 or 2 times. Yeah. Be able to realize what the Father created you to be. You understand? For him to be able to say, you know, I definitely can do it, but you can. So just go do it. I can definitely go do it, but why when you can? Just going back up there. 3 times a charm. Or as many times as it takes in righteousness to get her done. You understand? Yeah. I bless you this day. In the name of our Father, Yah, that He causes His face to shine upon you, and that He is gracious to you. That He lifts up His countenance upon you and gives you peace. Pray these things in His most holy name. In the name of the Son, the Christ, the Messiah, Yeshua. In the name of our Father, Yah's most Holy Spirit.